Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Amazing, bro. Slowly. Start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottamam
Naram Shiva Narottamam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Tato Jayamudire Nashtapraeshu Abhadreshu
Nashtapraeshu Abhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Seviya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavati Uttama Sloke
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devki Nandanaya Cha
Devanandana
Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namo.
Govindaya Namo.
We're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 24, and verse number 3. Dritavratasi Bhadram Te Damena Niyamena Cha Tapodravina Danischa Shadya Cheshwaram Bhaja. Titavratasi Bhadram Te Damena Niyamena Cha Tapodravina Danischa
Cheshwaram Bhaja.
Shadya Cheshwaram Bhaja. Tritavratasi Bhadram Te Damena Niyamena Cha तपोद्रवेण दानेश्च श्रद्धया चेश्वरं भज धृतावर्तासि भद्रं ते दमेन नियमेन च तपोद्रवेण दानेश्च श्रद्धया चेश्वरं भज. Synonyms: Drita Vrata Asi, you have undertaken sacred vows. Badram Te, may God bless you. Dhamena, by control of the senses. Niyamena, by religious observances. Cha, and Tapa, austerities. Dravina, of money. Dane, by giving in charity. Cha, and Shraddhaya, with great faith. Cha, and Ishwaram, the Supreme Lord, Bhaja, worship. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada Maharaj ki. You have undertaken sacred vows, God will bless you. Hence, you should worship the Lord with great faith. Through sensory control, religious observances, austerities, and gift of your money in charity. Purport: in order to spiritually advance or to achieve the mercy of the Lord, one must be self-controlled in the following manner. He must be restrained in sense gratification and must follow the rules and regulations of the religious principles. Without austerity and penance and without sacrificing one riches, one cannot achieve the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Kardama Muni advised his wife, you have to factually engage in devotional service with austerity and penance, following the religious principles and giving charity. Then the Supreme Lord will be pleased with you and he will come as your son. Om Jnanatimindasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmritam Menam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Tapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padana Sagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitamascha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namos Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radha Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripri Vancha Kalpataruvascha Kripa Sindhu Vevacha Patita Nam Pavenebhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namo. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Jai Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So I'll beg for your mercy so you can glorify Srimad Bhagavatam. Please bless me so I can speak. I'm not very well prepared, but with your mercy, Krishna and Guru will give me good words. Vande Gurun Isha Bhaktan Isham Avtarakan Tat Prakasham cha Tat Shakti Sri Krishna Chaitanya Samgyakam. Offer my obeisances unto my initiated Guru, Diksha Guru, all my Siksha Gurus, all devotees of the Lord Krishna, unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, unto his all incarnations, avatar, unto his Prakash, all manifestations, unto his Shakti, all energies, and his name is also Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, Srila Prabhupada, in this purport, Kardama Muni is telling his wife, Devhuti, that now she is ready for the son, and son is none other than Lord himself, Lord Kapila. So Kardama Muni is telling her that God will bless you, because Krishna will bless you. Hence you worship the Lord with great faith. Through sensory control, religious observances, austerity, and charity. So Prabhupada explains in his purport, in order to spiritually advance or achieve the mercy of the Lord, one must be self-controlled. Self-control means we need to have control over all the senses, including mind. So when we have control over the senses, we become Goswami. Go means senses and Swami means master. So here Kadamuni is recommending become a first self-control. Otherwise what happens? Go Das. If you cannot become Goswami, then only one thing happens, become Das. Our senses are very powerful, and mind is the most powerful. They're always making us dance the way they want, you know. So the first thing is Goswami and Godas. So we need to decide which one we want to become. We want to become master of our senses or the servant of our senses. So we need to know, first of all, what is senses and who we are. Are we really body? Are we really mind? No. So who we are spirit soul. So we are different. We are spirit, right? And senses are matter. So matters should not be matter should serve us. And we should serve the Lord. That's the path, right? Now I'll tell you one story which I heard recently from Radha, who's a Pune's Radhesham Prabhu was telling this nice story in the class, which I liked it very much. One king had 4 wives, and first 5 he loved the most. Shri Radha Gopi Jana Vallabha ki jai, Nitai Patita Pavan Gaurari ki jai, Tusi Marana ki jai. He had 4 wives. First wife he loved the most. Then he had second wife. He would take her to the well to show off, to like people. Then he had third wife. He said, yeah, it's good. He's always around him, so good relation. And fourth wife he would always ignore. He would not pay any attention. One day his time of his departure came. He was leaving his body. He was dying on the deathbed. And his first wife came, the wife he loved the most. And he asked, I loved you so much all my life. Can you go with me? I really am attached to you the most. She said, sorry, I cannot go. Hasta la vista. I cannot go with you. It's your journey. I have to leave myself here. Then he asked second wife. Second wife walking. Can you go with me? I also love you the most. I always take you around everywhere. She said, it was a nice journey. It was nice meeting you. But I think I have to go to somebody else. Now someone else will enjoy me. So, but it was nice. You've been pretty nice person. Then third wife came, and he asked, would you go with me? I'm about to leave. She said that I'll go till the last moment, till you leave, but I can go with you. Then fourth wife walked in and she said, Sir, I'll go with you. I will go with you. And then he realized that the fourth wife never paid any attention. She's the one going with him. Then he realized that I wish I would have give more attention to my fourth wife. Now let's analyze what are these four wives. First wife is our body. When we leave this life, body will be gone. Body will not go with us. But we are hankering after body day and night. 8 hours sleep, lunch, dinner, breakfast, work, blah, blah, blah. Everything about body, body, body. Right? Body say, I'll leave you. Second wife is possessions, bank balances, property, cars, bungalow, house, all the wealth, matter. Now that said that when person leaves, somebody else will enjoy. It has to go with somebody. Somebody else will enjoy, right? I know one person. He had one son and one daughter, and one son passed away young age, and one daughter she married to some Punjabi boy in love. Now this guy is very wealthy. He's very old. What will happen to this property? Everything goes to his wife. It means the boy. The boy will have lottery. Will enjoy. So he worked very hard all life, and who will enjoy his property? Like honey is collecting all the bees. Bee is collecting all the honey from the flowers, and then makes the honey. And then who enjoys? Honeybee never tasted the honey. Sometime the guy comes and take with the fire and burn all the honey or make them away and then take all the honey. Similarly, our life is like that. Possessions will be enjoyed by somebody else, but we are working very hard. Think that we are going to go with us. No way. Third wife is families, relatives, friends. They will also not go with us. They'll come to the last moment, cry, but what they'll not go with us. And the fourth wife is the soul. Soul is the one go with us. The soul is the only one goes with us, and the person did not pay attention to the soul all life, which was the most crucial. So another story also came similarly. The lady in the cage, we already heard, right? She buys a bird and she takes care of the cage and forget to feed the bird. And what happens to bird? Bird say, feed me. But she was taking care of the cage. And then one day bird dies. So similarly, the moral of the story is we are ignoring the most important aspect in our life is the soul. We need to feed soul. So Srimad Bhagavatam is a food to the soul. Harinam Sankirtan is a food to the soul. Devotional service is a food to the soul, right? So here, Lord Kardama Muni is telling to his wife how we need to do tapa, austerity. We need to do dana. We need to do yajna. And also in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says the same thing in 18th chapter. The tapa, dana, and yajna, austerity, charity, and sacrifice should not be given up at any given time. Even if you liberated soul, should not given up, right? So what is austerity? Let's go to real quick austerity. Austerity is tapa. Kardama Muni also went through a lot of austerity before even he sees the Narayan. Right? Before we see in the previous chapters, 10,000 years he was meditating in austerity, then please the Lord. Brahma also went through the long austerity, tapa. And then if you see Dhruv Maharaj, everybody goes through the tapa. Without tapa, no benefits. So even the Prabhupada has set up this our program. It includes the tapa also. We wake up in the morning. First, we engage in the devotional service. We chant our rounds, right? We follow the four regulatory principles. Tongue say, I want to eat this, eat this, eat this. But then we say, no, only prasad. So there's a tapa. We have to control our tongue, right? So again, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains the austerity of body, austerity of speech, austerity of mind. So austerity of speech is the speech should be used, should be truthful. Speech should be pleasing to others. Speech should be helping others, beneficial to others. Speech should be do not hurt others. Our speech should be do not offend others. And speech should be always reciting Vedic hymns and engage our speech in the holy names, chanting of holy name of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So there's an austerity of speech, right? Even if you do this, whole life is successful. Then there's an austerity of body, austerity of mind. You can see in chapter 17, or 17.14, 15, 16, Krishna explains to Arjuna the austerities of mind, body, and speech. Then charity, one should give dan. Now, grihastha ashram, brahmacharya ashram, vanapashra ashram, and sannyasi ashram. Grihastha should give charity to support brahmachari and sannyasi, right? So they use their money to support them, support brahmachari, support sannyasi, because they don't earn money and they don't want money. Whatever they have, they'll use for Krishna. Even if you give money to brahmachari, what they'll do? They'll go for preaching or buy something for Krishna, for temple. So they use everything they have for Krishna. Sannyasi, what they do? They'll fly, they need money, so they'll fly some one place to another place and they'll preach. Give message to Krishna, of Krishna to others. So we need to support them, charity. Now, charity also, how to use charity also given in Bhagavad Gita, that charity should be in the mode of goodness or mode of patience or mode of ignorance in chapter 17 again. So we need to know how the charity should be given. I cannot give charity to somebody and he can use my money to something which is completely worthless. And then I'm gonna take the karma. But instead of helping him, I'm taking karma, because if I give money to somebody on the street, now he use money to buy liquor, I'll have to pay the price. Reaction will come to me too. So we should know the charity, how the charity should be utilized. Anything we do in returning something is a patient. I want to give something for my family. I want to give something so I can get some more money. Anything returning something, what is in it for me, that is impatient. But we do according to Shastra, then is a goodness. Right? Similarly, the charity, then we can have cow seva, Brahman seva, Vaishnava seva, temple seva. Money can be used in so many good purposes. When all these Goswamis, they had money, what they did, they built a temple, Radha Madan Mohan temple. They used their money for building the temples. So other foreign people can come and get benefit. Similarly, yagya can be in the goodness, patience, and ignorance. Now yagya is a Vishnu, right? So yagya has to be done. Now there we are obligated to so many people. We are obligated to Devi Devatas. We are obligated to, they give like sun. Sun gives light to us every day, no matter what happens, 365 days a week, no year. But if we get DT energy or consumer energy, we get electricity. If we don't pay bill, what happens? It's shut off the power. But sun always give lights. Moon always gives light. So we are obligated to them, and we have obligation to them. We supposed to offer water to sun every day, pray to sun. We should offer obeisance. So many Devi Devtas are helping us in day-to-day life. That's why you see wind, water, vayu, everything you see, each part of the body is controlled by each Devi Devatas. There are thousands of Devi Devatas. 8 point, how many? 8.4 million. So even though our life is say if you live 100 years, 365 days a year. So how many, even if you live 100 full years, that's 36,500 days. There's not even enough for pleasing each Devi Devatas. Even if you give one day, say I give one day to Ganesha, one day to Kartika, one day to Vayu, one day to, we don't even days. We don't even do 1/4 of them. No, not even 1/4, nothing. And that's why Devis Devatas are not being pleased. That's why we are going through a lot of natural calamities nowadays. We're getting too much rain or no rain, too much wind, no wind, too much snow, too cloudy, flood, all kinds of disaster happen because we're supposed to please them. We're not doing the job. People used to be in the past, in the many few thousand years ago, they used to do yagya, Aswamedha yagya, then all the different yagya, right? Vajapaya yagya. But we're not qualified to do all yagya also. We need a lot of money, a lot of resources, a lot of qualified Brahmins. We don't have anything. Our life is so short. Alpa ayu, right? Prayana alpa ayusha. Our life is very short. We are also lazy. We are misguided by everybody. We are misfortunate. On the top, we are always in misery. Always we are in fear or anxiety. So what to do yagya? खुद का ही पता नहीं क्या करेंगे. Right? How to please somebody? We cannot satisfy ourselves. So Devi Devatas, we are obligated. Then comes, who is next? Comes people, human people also we are obligated to our father, mother, so many people around us, right? We are also obligated to forefathers. We do once a year, Shraddha ceremony comes in October month. We supposed to please them, right? Obligated towards them too. We are obligated to so many things actually. Continuously we are obligated. But how do we fulfill all the obligations we have? So simple thing is if you water the root of the tree, then entire root will get nourished. Right? So there was one meeting in the Ishwapanashad, there is a meeting that there was meeting with all the senses, ears and eyes and nose and hands. They all said that let's call a meeting today. We work very hard day and night, but who is enjoyer? Stomach is the one who enjoys. I work the all day, 24 hours, but stomach is the one getting all the food. Let's do strike. No more cooperation with stomach. This is story in the Ishwapanashad. I heard from Prabhupada. And so meeting called upon, and they say, okay, we'll stop from tomorrow. Mouth shall not eat anything. Hands shall not work anything. Legs shall not do anything. Lie down. In 2 days, what happened? They all become weak. No energy. They say that, what happened to you? You look very sick. You look very pale. Yeah, no energy. I cannot speak anything. I'm dying. Then they realize that Stomach is the one is giving the energy. Stomach should be free. Food should go to stomach. So similarly, yajna, if we please Krishna, then we cover all our obligations to our forefathers, to our parents, to Devi Devtas, and many more. Right? So the Krishna, if you please, and simplest process Krishna giving this in these ages, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, right? Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam Eva Kevalam, Kalonasi, Vanasi, Vanasi, Vagatinita. By just simply chanting Hare Krishna mantra, we cover everything. Because even Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, personally Krishna came and inaugurated this Mahamantra because he knew that our life is so short, but with Mahamantra we can achieve what we cannot achieve in other yugas. So it's benediction actually. So we should not take, we should look for good thing about Kali Yuga also. Then Kali Yuga in short time, we can get too much. We can go straight to Krishna. But if you're too happy, we'll forget Krishna. If you are Devi Devtas, if you're in Swargaloka, you'll not first think about Krishna. Then enjoy. Because you'll have good body, you'll have good Apsara, Gandharva, servants, food, everything is so much. Krishna, okay, thank you for giving me everything. I'm a servant, I'm doing my job, but let me enjoy too. Too much misery and hell, no Krishna. Earth, you have good setup here. So we should take advantage actually. It's not bad deal actually. We should make it a good out of bad things, you know. So this is yajna. Now, and giving knowledge is also highest yajna, highest charity. So Kardama Muni recommends his wife to engage in devotional service. By engaging devotional service, we get everything. So controlling senses is very difficult. But when we engage in devotional service, it becomes easier, it becomes more natural. Otherwise, very artificial. Oh, I will do fasting for 6 days without Krishna, just do fasting. Doesn't work. There is some Ayappa devotees, they do 41 days vrata. They think that they have become God. They wear black dress and they don't wear shoes. They follow very strict rules and regulations. I wish I can do like some rules for like them for Krishna consciousness. So pakka. You just give them, no, very good. After 41 days, 42nd days, hey, wait, let's go to bar or party. Where is the control? What happened to 41 days? This is artificially when you control, then a spring, you hold the spring and then you release, it jump much more. Right? But naturally spring is like this and it stays. So Kardama Muni is telling his wife Devati, engage in devotional service. There's a best method to control the senses more naturally. Prahlad Maharaj says, Shavanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Smanam Pada Sevanam, Arshnam Madanam Dasyam, Sakyam Atma Nivedanam, Iti Pumsar Pita Vishnu, Bhakti Chena Lakshana, Krita Bhavatyada, Tanmane Aditam Uttamam. 9 process of devotional service, 9 limbs of bhakti. You can pick any one and get perfection, right? So we'll see who achieve perfection by following the 9 bhakti. Do we have 5 minutes, Prabhu?
Please.
Because I think 9 o'clock already. I want to be not too late, but so Sri Vishnu Smarane Parikshit achieve perfection simply by hearing about Krishna, Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, 7 days, and he achieved perfection. Abhavad Vayasaki Kirtane. Vayasaki is the name of Srila Sukadeva Goswami. He was speaking Srimad Bhagavatam, and he achieved just glorifying Krishna, and he achieved the perfection. right? Prahlade Smarane, Prahlad was thinking about Krishna, always think about Krishna. He had so much faith in Krishna. Krishna will save me. He was in a worse situation than all of us. He was surrounded by the enemy. Enemy is none other than his own father, and his father wanted to kill him. And he was most powerful father that even though everybody was scared of him. So he had no choice, but he said that my Lord is Krishna, can protect me. So he was just thinking about him, and he was protected by all the problems simply by thinking about him. Tadangri bhajane, Tadangri bhajane, Lakshmi Mata. Lakshmi Mata, what she did? She was worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord Narayan, Mahavishnu, right? Just by worshipping the pada, Tadangri means pada, Charana, she got perfection. And Prithu Pujane, Prithu Maharaj was perfected his life by engaging in deity worship. Just by deity worship also we can become perfected, because when you do deity worship, you just think about him. Oh, what dress, what jewelry, what outfit, everything about what belt, what earrings. We just think about him, meditate, right? Because that also becomes our, because more we do, if you do deity worship every day, you'll go back. Because you get attachment, sambandha, you created sambandha. Then you close your eyes, you see the same deity because you worship every day. You go to a shop, see nice mango, I should buy this for Krishna, my deity. You see nice jewelry, I should buy for this. So you always engage in the deity, you meditate, right? Then Akruras to Abhivandane, Akruras offered series of prayers, but just glorifying prayers. By offering prayers continuously, he became perfected, right? Even if you don't know, the highest prayer we have is Hare Krishna Mahamantra is also one of the topmost prayer in this age. Just by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, we are getting perfected. Kapipatir Dasye, Kapipatir is another name of Hanuman. Hanuman became the perfect servant of Lord Ramchandra, and he perfected his life. Atha Saki Arjuna, Arjuna is perfected his life by becoming a friend of Krishna. Whatever Krishna says, Krishna, whatever you say, I'll do. No question to be asked. No, don't argue. At the end of the Bhagavad Gita, what is order said? Krishna, by your mercy, my ignorance has been removed. My moha is nasta moham, right? My moha is removed, and now I can see clearly what is to be done, and whatever you say, I'll do. That is the, we should. There's no argument. Whatever Krishna says, just do it. Krishna says satatam kirtanam, then chant. Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji man namaskuru. Do it. Worship him. Become his devotee. What is wrong with? He says that do it. Do it. Nothing wrong with that. Then what happens when you do? Sarva dharman pratyaja mamekam shanoja aham tam sarupapebhyo mokshaya shame masucha. I will remove you from all the sins because you came to me without any problem. You just came to me, you surrendered to me, right? Krishna gives a guarantee. Then comes Sarvas va Atma Nivedana Balir. King Bali gave everything to Krishna, Lord Vamana, everything he had, and he perfected his life. Abhut Krishna Apti Rishampara. So this is how each of them got the perfection. And who was Amrish Maharaj? Amrish Maharaj was a king, emperor of the world, and he was very powerful. He had his family, wife, children, citizens. He had he had beauty, he had fame, he had wealth, he had power. What else do we need in the material world? But still, he was not attached to any of them. He was attached to Krishna. So he became the leader of this 9 devotional service. Amrish Maharaj, do you have 5 minutes, 2 minutes, or can do? Or?
Please continue.
Okay, permission. We'll go with Amrish Maharaj. So Amrish Maharaj became the leader of the devotional service because he performed all 9 limbs of the bhakti in his life. He was completely attached. In this our life, we get little bit power, we get puffed up. Little bit knowledge, we get pride. Little bit anything, beauty, we get pride. Everything get something, we get pride. But he had everything. So we'll see how he engaged. Savai mana Krishna pada arvinda yora. So he engaged his mind unto the lotus feet of Lord. We'll go really quick. Vacham sivainkuta guna anuvarnane. He engages tongue in glorifying the Lord. Always speak about Lord. Always glorifying Lord. Karau harer mandira marjana adisu. He uses hand, karau, in cleansing the temple of the Lord or similar activity. Shrutim chakara achuta sat kathau ude. He engaged his ear, chakara means engage his ear in hearing about Lord Krishna, pastimes of Krishna, Nama, Lila, Kuna, Rupa, Dhamma, everything about here about him. Mukunda Linga Alaya Darshana Drishu. He uses his eyes to take darshan of Mukunda. Right? Tadbritya Gatra Sparse Anga Sangamam. He uses body to touch the feet of the Bhakta devotees. And while dancing, we hold the hands sometime, right? We touch the body. So this is how we get our energy too from each other, from devotee. And Grinam Chatat Pada Saroja Saurabhi. He honored the food which was offered to Krishna. So he ate only prasad. Srimad Tulsiya Rasanam Tadarpite. He smelled, engaged his nose in smelling the flowers offered to Krishna or Tulsi offered to Krishna. Shada Gopi Jana Vallabh ki jai. Nitai Pativan Gaur ki jai. Pado Hare Kshetra Pada Anusarfane. He uses legs to go to temple of Krishna or Dhama, Vrindavan Dham, Mathura Dham, Gokul Dham, Vraj Dham, Prasanna Dham, Jagannath Puri Dham, Mayapur Dham, Navdeep Dham, Balaji Dham, Pandharpur Dham, whatever. Dhama. Shiro Rishikesha Pada Abhivandane. Another name of Krishna is Rishikesha. Rishikesha means master of the senses. So when he offered his head, Shiro, to give naman to Krishna, and automatically our sense will control. And then Kamam Chadasi Natu Kama Kamaya. He had only desired to engage in devotional service. Yato Uttama Sloke Janashrayati. And he also appreciated devotees who engage in devotional service. And he took his association. So this how he perfected everything, and he glorified by everyone. Krishna, Balram, everyone glorifies him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Goswami, all devotees, Acharya, everyone glorifies him. Amrish Maharaj. He was a king, he was Grihastha. So we can see, even though we can see a little bit of this, and I conclude the class with one last verse. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Prabhu kahe Vaishnav seva nama sankirtana dui kare Siddha pabe Sri Krishna charana. So just make it very simple. Just do Vaishnav seva and chant Harinam with the faith. And only these two things, if we do properly, Siddha is very soon we get Krishna's lotus feet. So with this, I would like to conclude the class. If anyone has any question, corrections, please correct me. I know that. One more thing I would like to say before I conclude. We recently, one of our Vaishnava Mataji left, and I like to give my koti obeisances unto her feet. I don't know much about her, but she was, I heard last couple of days, she was very sweet-hearted, simple-hearted, devotee, never complain, criticize anyone, always smiling. She was a good at making Bengali sweets, and she wanted to give it to all the devotees. Very nice. And her husband Anant Vilas Prabhu, Madhav and his Misty daughter, they did unbelievable farewell, which was very rare to be seen. That it was more like she is going to be burned in few minutes, and the whole atmosphere like a temple hall where everybody's dancing, kirtan, and he engaged everybody in so nicely, and very dhira. I never seen in my last many years of life somebody can be so dhira, living somebody's living his own wife is living, and he's so dhira and engaged, and he's doing a Krishna, he's giving Krishna class actually. He's giving Krishna class in a funeral. He's asking everybody to chant Krishna's name, do Krishna's devotional service. Unbelievable. Very inspiring. We are very fortunate to have devotees around us like this, who gives us so much inspiration. Another example is you, Prabhu, Divya Tirth Prabhu. Mataji left, and you also did so nice. Again, these are the exalted devotees, sadhu association we are receiving. That's how we're getting all the energy of the devotion. Otherwise, not possible. Otherwise, not possible. Today is also my 10th year anniversary of my father. Today, this day, 10 years ago, my father left. My Indian Manmohan Prabhu. So our father left today, 10 years ago, and Yugal Kishore Prabhu today, this day, 10 years ago, initiated him. He put all the tilaks on his body, and his farewell was amazing too. And doctor said that he never seen anyone living body so peacefully the way your father did. He was so peaceful. In fact, before he closed his eye, he had smile and then closed his eye. He was so peaceful. We could not see him. He was completely detached. And he was a very good devotee of Lord Krishna. He followed Bhagavad Gita. Not only just followed Bhagavad Gita, he recited Bhagavad Gita every day. Not only he just followed Bhagavad Gita, he implemented in his life. He was living his life with Bhagavad Gita. Like the way he was working, he always was telling us when we are beginner, and he was telling us that real devotional service is a work for Krishna. If you work for Krishna, that is a devotional service. Krishna doesn't like lazy people. We are sitting in the corner and chanting is good, but work for Krishna. What did you do for him? You make your life such a way that Krishna will come and see you. You know, you should work. And chanting also, he said that he's chastising us. Because I was walking chanting like that. What kind of chanting you doing? Do proper chanting, right? So he was telling a lot of things, and he was also telling us that do chanting properly, hear properly, engage in service of Krishna, and just live by the Bhagavad Gita, the instruction of Krishna. So today we remember him also. We remember Mataji also, Buddha Mataji. And with this, I would like to conclude my class. Sorry if I said too much. Any corrections, suggestions?
We have two Vedas in
Yeah.
experience in 2 months' time. And amazing how like Prabhuji and Anand Prabhu, unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Never experienced.
Both of them.
They
Both of them,
handle
yeah.
it,
Never experienced.
Never experienced. Sometimes very difficult to see. We have a diamond in front of us. Don't recognize. We have so much Vedas in front of us. Very thorough class, Prabhu.
Thank
I
you.
really like the points, very detailed points about each and every aspect of the verse. I really have to learn this from you. Very nicely giving wonderful examples. I also like the example of those 4 wives actually, where I'm thinking about myself, not actually focusing on the soul, but rather than focusing more on the bodily platform. You talked about Tapa, why it is so important. I also like the point which you talked about those 9 limbs of devotional service and how great personalities actually showcase and how we can engage all our the whole existence in bhakti and how we can actually purify ourselves. This is wonderful, bro. Really great.
Thank you.
Very, very thorough. It was just mesmerized. Thank you.
It's the mercy of you all. I'm getting the words to speak. I wasn't prepared very well, but your association, I was able to speak. Sometimes what happens when you give Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad class, the thought comes automatically to you, your energy. But I was very nervous to give class. I was telling him, not, I'm not going to give class today. So I said, no, you give.
Super.
So, thank you. Any questions on the game?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I want to share something. This is
Sure.
Priya Madhavi Devidasi. Prabhuji, when the 7th session started, like 10 years back, my Siksha Guru started. The first day of the 7th section, we are not the body, we are the spirit soul. For this, he said the same story, the 4 wives story. This is a story brought me into the ISKCON. I was so inspired about that story, the 4 wives story, to teach us that we are the spirit soul, we are not the body. So it's happy to hear the same story again. I was so inspired, Prabhuji. I just want to share that. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you to Radhe Shyam Prabhu. I was listening from him actually.
Amazing class, Prabhuji, today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful, wonderful class. Very inspiring and very heartfelt. Sometimes we can speak, I feel for myself, you can speak as much as you want, very long, elaborate verses, anything, but the transformation doesn't come because it's not coming from a pure person. But your words were so pure, Prabhuji. It really had an impact on the heart. Thank you so much. And I remember, yes, your father's passing away that year. And when my Prabhu came back, he told the exact same thing. He looked so peaceful. So his legacy is carried forward in all of you, Prabhuji, and your children also. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, everyone.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Very nice class.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
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 Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. Thank you
Hare
so much,
Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
for the wonderful class.